What up, what up, what up? I don't want to make this video. Alright, so I took a little 2-3 week break. I don't know. I've made a video in a minute. I'm very upset about the USL Championship playoffs, but I have to make this video. And I have to make the others on my predictions for the final season, too. So, well, we'll get around to that, but we'll start with the playoff ones. I did horrible. Let's just go ahead and throw that out. I did really bad. The USL had a lot more upsets than what I was expecting, and here we are. So I think I finished really bad in the bracket. I only got 4 out of 15 right. I was definitely towards the bottom, but I think I was like in the last 10. But let's go ahead and review it. El Paso versus Oakland. Look, let's just start here. Nobody had Oakland winning. Nobody. You can't tell me anybody was like, besides Oakland fans, were like, yeah, Oakland's beating El Paso. El Paso undefeated at home all year long, longest streak in America, dating back to like last season. No one had Oakland winning, and Oakland won. So, you know what? Credit to Oakland, though. I'm very excited to see them play next year because they showed up really good, really late in that second half of the season. And were the least likely team to make the playoffs. So credit to them for making the playoffs and then proceeding to go on and beat El Paso, who was a favorite in the West. As for Orange County, Colorado Springs, now, I don't know what I said when I made the projections, but, well, obviously, I had Colorado Springs make it to the final. And, well, that didn't happen. But I feel like I didn't give Orange County as much credit as I should have. They did really good late down the season. And I think I just kind of shut them out because of how good Phoenix was and how they ran their division. So I'd like to apologize to Orange County. I shouldn't have counted them out as much as I did. And hey, congratulations, they won the championship. So, you know what? I'm glad to see it. I'm just really happy it wasn't Tampa, and we'll get to that when we reach the eastern portion of the bracket. San Antonio FC versus San Diego Loyal. I was actually busy up until the exact moment this match kicked off. So, like, I was doing stuff nonstop, and then, like, I got a chance to sit down right and turn it on. Like, that was poor explanation, but I sat down and watched this, and, like, immediately San Antonio scored, and then they scored again. They just took this match. I don't want to say I'm totally shocked. I think I had a lot more confidence in San Diego, but, you know, I think I also counted out San Antonio. I also don't know as much about the West as I do the East. Like, I watch almost every single Eastern game, where I don't watch as much in the West. But I know San Antonio was really good all year long, but that Mountain Division was just really contested all year long, too. And I feel like with spots being jumped around left and right, I just didn't think they were as good. So, you know what? That's my bad. San Antonio deserved a lot more credit than what I gave them, and shouts to them. Phoenix Rising versus Rio Grande. This is where we take a timeout. This was the most exciting match of the playoffs. My second is probably the Orange County Tampa Bay match, and then the third is probably the Tampa Bay Louisville City match. Even though I hate that. I don't ever want to relive that. But this Rio Grande Phoenix game, this was the best by miles. I like tuned into the game right when Rio Grande got their free kick in the second half or whatever, and they were down 2-1, and he just put it like top in. It was a beautiful goal, and then they got the penalty and extra. This was a wild match, and this was the match of the playoffs, and this might be one of the greatest playoff matches we've had in a while since, I don't know. This was an amazing game. Rio Grande held their ground. They were really good all year long. I think they were underdogs. I know I projected them low in the playoffs or in the regular season standings, and they made the playoffs, and, well, they did really good. So credit to Rio Grande. Phoenix, I don't really know what happened. Just that curse. They made it to the final once, and they can't seem to make it back, but maybe next year. Tampa Bay versus FC Tulsa. Everybody in Tampa, 6-2. Yeah, whatever. Birmingham versus Pittsburgh. This match is annoying to me. This is annoying on all levels to me. First off, I'm irritated Pittsburgh got COVID. I know it's been a while and everybody's good, and I'm glad they're all okay from it. But Birmingham got robbed. This is their first home playoff match. in their history. And it sucks that they got robbed of that. I think they should have brought up another team from the Atlantic Division, whoever was next in line, and sent them to Birmingham, giving them a chance. I mean, yes, Birmingham deserved the auto bid because Pittsburgh came down with COVID, but I feel so bad for them. This was the year they got their playoff match. It's such an insane atmosphere. It's definitely not a place I would want to play in. I didn't like it when Lou City had to travel down there. It was wild. So I feel for them. But, Birmingham advanced. Charlotte versus Memphis. I don't really know what much there is to break down in this game. Charlotte was proving they were really good. I mean, yeah. They were good late in the regular season stretch, and it showed in the playoffs. Memphis just didn't show up for this game, really. Memphis was a good team, and they were showing up late down the stretch, but they just didn't do anything. And then Lou City versus Miami. I went to this game. I was on the opposite. I was in the supporters group, so we have two supporters ends behind each goal. I'm about 98% sure Miami scored on us. Now, I think they scored on the opposite end I was on, but it really looked like the ball crossed the line, and I wasn't sure. But my uncle was on the other end. He texted me mid-game, and he goes, yeah, that went in. So this was an insanely intense game. My only complaint here is they got Hartford's goalkeeper. This rule needs to be abolished. You mean you can bring in a goalkeeper of the year candidate to play for your team in the playoffs that hasn't played any minutes for you? No, that's stupid. The USL needs to fix that. But it was a great game. Love to see the return of Paco Craig, Speedy Williams, and Richard Ballard. 3 Lou City legends back home. But yeah, Lou City won that one. I know my bracket is broken from here on out, minus the few projections I got right, but we'll just look at the rest of the playoffs. Obviously, you had Oakland versus Orange County. That was a boring game all the way down to the end, and then even in pins was exciting because they both went 5 for 5, and I was like, this is never going to end. We're going to go to keepers, and then Oakland missed theirs, and I felt really bad for them. Kind of like that Cinderella story, but you know what? Shouts to Oakland. They did great, and I'd love to see what they're going to do next year. Orange County, obviously, we know. San Antonio versus Rio Grande. I actually think I was pulling for Rio Grande in this. I wanted Rio Grande to win, but I thought they'd win too. San Antonio just shut them out at home. San Antonio was the better team. In the East, Tampa Bay versus Birmingham. Not much to say there. I think Birmingham pushed Tampa Bay better than any team all year long, I feel like. At least late in the stretch. They really held them, and it took just a simple mistake, and Tampa Bay capitalized on that. That's what they do, but I think Birmingham did really good, and if they had their home playoff game the week before, I think they could have beaten Tampa Bay. Lou City versus Memphis. I was at this game too. The penalty, the guy that committed the foul in the penalty box, I was on the upper deck behind the bench, and I kept yelling at the player. I was like, you sold or something like that. He's mad. And he looked at me like he was ready to fight. So glad to know I may have really, really pissed off a USL championship player, but, whatever. Lou City wins that one. And then on to the conference finals. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch this Orange County-San Antonio match because it was played after the Louisville City match. But a pins match, Orange County 5-3. San Antonio, I don't know. From what I heard, it was like a 50-50 match all the way, and it could have been either team. I think there were a lot of shots, saved shots. It was really close. So, yeah. As for the Eastern Conference Final, I don't ever want to relive that match ever again in my life. We blew a 2-goal lead with 7 minutes to go, and it haunts me in my nightmares. So, yep. But as for the final, I did watch that one. I watched that one just to see Tampa Bay lose. I was very against them. I was very emotionally wrecked by the Louisville City match, but this was an exciting game. We need to talk about Ronaldo Damas. He's going to be sensational in this league. He showed up on championship night and just showed out. We can probably. I'll go back first. Orange County saved a pin early on in the match. And, like, I thought at this point, oh, Tampa Bay got their pin. It's over. Orange County's going to go and choke. And then Tampa Bay is going to get their elusive final and add that third star, the only one that counts. But Orange County saved the pin. And I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. Because Tampa Bay was controlling the match. Orange County then got on the board twice. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. We've got an interesting match. Kaminga scored at the 45. Right going into half. It was a 3-0 lead at the half, so I don't think anybody expected this. I'm pretty sure 538 had Orange County with a 26% chance to win. I don't think anybody thought Orange County was going to win, and they proved a lot of us wrong. And credit to them, they deserved it. They deserved this championship. Obviously, Fernandez got his goal in the 57th, but yeah, Orange County's going to be good. They're going to be. I don't think they're fake either. Like, some people may call their tournament run a fluke. Like, I've seen some people saying they got lucky. I think they're a legit team, and depending on what roster changes they make this year, they're going to come back next year, and I think they're going to be title contenders, and they're going to be Phoenix's biggest threat, not El Paso or out West. Obviously, I don't with the division sizes. I don't know how they fare against the East, but I think they'll be the biggest threat to Phoenix, if not the other way around, where Phoenix is their biggest threat and Orange County is the best team. But credit to Orange County. They deserved it. They're our champions. The West holds the final. The West holds the championship for another year. Yeah. If you made bracket predictions, let me know how you did in the comments, because you probably did better than me. I was 72 ranked. Like, it doesn't get worse than that. I got more videos coming out over the season's rankings, like where I projected the teams and all that, for the NWSL and for the USL. And so yeah, that'll do it. And I'll see you in the next one. If you like, my bad, I haven't done this in a minute. If you like my videos, like my videos. If you like my other videos, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.